Hey, this is Marky5Toes coming at you from the beautiful Kiwanis Lake in the wonderful city of Tempe in the paradisiacal state of Arizona. Yes, that is a word. I looked it up to sound smart. So I want to talk to you today about an issue that's been coming up in my world lately as I interact with the amputee community, participate in support groups and chat boards. A lot of amputees, especially newer amputees, tend to have a sense of being overwhelmed of what's my life going to be like now. You know, everything I wanted to do before, my hopes, my dreams, my plans, you know, that's all gone. What happens now? And it tends to be a little overwhelming, and if you don't find the right support group, the right support system, people to help guide you on a good path, it can be a dark place to be. And I went through a little bit of that myself. I was 25 years ago. I had this whole life planned out. It was going to be full of adventure, full of excitement. I was going to like rescue people. I was going to be a medevac pilot, which is this whole romanticized idea of, you know, risking my life, flying into like dangerous areas, rescuing people, flying them out, maybe saving their lives. And then in an instant that all ended. It was all gone. So I was left with what now? Now I didn't go through some of the, I guess, things that a lot of amputees go through with the depression or being upset about losing a limb. To be honest with you, I was just really happy to still be here. I was so happy to still be alive that I could not have cared less about losing a leg. That was completely irrelevant to me at the time. But it did leave me with the same sense of, what do I do now? What path is my life going to take now? I was on disability for a while. I went back to school, healed, got back on my feet literally and figuratively. Then I got to the point I could go back to work, so I gave up my disability and I got a job. And I just lived my life. And it just kind of let things fall into place as they would. And I was a pretty happy guy, but I didn't have my zen, if you will. I didn't have that thing that makes me happy like I had before, that plan, that goal. And to be honest with you, it took me a while. I would see amputees who had been, 2 to 3 months post-op, and they're like skateboarding like a champ, or they're mountain climbing, or they're water skiing. I'm like, I couldn't even stand up by myself at that point. I couldn't even sit up in bed by myself at that point. I wanted to be that active. It took me 20 years, to get to that point. And these guys are doing it 2 weeks after amputation. So try to be motivated by them, not frustrated or discouraged by their accomplishments. What you really need to do, and the biggest and most important thing I think I could tell you or leave you with at this point, is surround yourself with positive people. Try to find a good support system, friends, family, other amputees, support groups. In the age of social media, it's almost impossible not to find someone to share your story with, to share your experiences with, and to maybe help you find a new direction in your journey. Well, I'm talking about people who genuinely and seriously want you to do well and understand that it's a struggle, but sometimes people need tough love. They need to understand that life's a little harder now, life's a little tougher now. But what it boils down to is it's as good as you make it. You have to understand that you don't have to be Superman to overcome this. Take your time, surround yourself with the good people that I mentioned. I suppose if there's one thought I could leave you with, it's that you will find your happy place. You'll find your zen, like I did. Hopefully it won't take you 25 years like it did me, but it was a good journey along the way. It's not over yet. It's getting better every day, and it is what I make it every day. And that's the point, is you have to be the change you want to see in the world, I think is the quote. And I know I sound like a complete cliche 99% of the time, but it's the truth. I just kept plugging away. Like I said before, my only real talent is I just will not stop. And I didn't stop, and here I am. good place. So I would hashtag rush life, but one hand's holding the camera, so I'll just say peace out.